Students, now we are going to see sum number 5 of practice set 4.1. Draw a right angle triangle XYZ. Draw its medians and show their point of concurrence by letter G. Okay. So again our first step is to draw a right angle triangle. Okay, right angle triangle means one of the angle must be right angle, that is 90 degree. Then we will draw its median. So we have already done one sum where we have constructed the median. So for median you need midpoint of the opposite side of the vertex. For that you have to draw perpendicular bisector. Okay, so let's divide the sum into different steps. My step number 1, to draw a right angle triangle. Now to get the median I have to include one more step. I will draw perpendicular bisector and then I will draw median. So step number 1, draw right angle triangle. Step number 2, draw perpendicular bisector of all three sides. Step number 3, draw medians, and then last step is to show the point of concurrence by point G. Okay, so let's see. Now we are going to start with step number 1. I will draw the base first. Okay, I will name my base as YZ. To cross check you can take a specific length also, so that you will be verifying that it is exactly half, okay, at the midpoint. Okay, whereas if you take anything that will not affect the construction. Now because they are asking a right angle triangle, so at vertex Y I am going to take angle 90 degree. Okay, I have marked this point, so I will take this as vertex, the same point which I have marked, because length is not given, so you can take any length of the segments. Let's mark this vertex as X. So I have got triangle XYZ as a right angle triangle. So this was our first step, to draw right angle triangle XYZ. Okay, let's move to the second step. As I told, I have to draw perpendicular bisector of all three sides. Okay, so how to draw perpendicular bisector? We will take more than half of the segment of which I want to draw perpendicular bisector. Make arc from point Z and repeat with the same span from point X. Okay, so I have to join these 2 points. I am not joining it now, I have just drawn it. Then I will take for YZ more than half. Okay, then from Y more than half. Okay, so now I know that I have to join these 2 points also. I have kept it as it is, and finally again I will take more than half and make arcs on both sides of the segment from point Y and then from point X, so that it must intersect the previous arc. Okay, now let's draw all three perpendicular bisectors. If you cannot locate clearly the points, it's better that you mark it point of intersection, because if there will be little bit of deviation, you may not get the correct point of concurrence. Okay, So I have drawn it over here. Now I will draw this one. And finally I will draw it over here. So my checkpoint is that this is point of concurrence of actually perpendicular bisector which lies on hypotenuse. Okay, now I have got midpoints. Okay, this is midpoint over here, this is midpoint of xy, this is midpoint of xz. So now comes my next step. I have to join vertex with the midpoint of the opposite side. And then I have to join this with y here. Okay, so I got here point of concurrence and this point is to be denoted as G. Okay, so I hope this is clear to everyone. So step number 1, right angle triangle. Step number 2, I have drawn perpendicular bisector of all three sides. I will mark the midpoints of all three sides. So let's mark this point as A, this is B, and this is point C. And join these corresponding midpoints to the vertices. So X joined with A, Y joined with C, and Z joined with B. And they all three must intersect at one point, which is called as point of concurrence. And this point of concurrence is nothing but centroid G. Okay, thank you.